Jai Hind everyone, and I welcome you all our Defense Officers Academy YouTube channel. This session is part of our mission RIMC December 2024 series, and in today's session we'll be solving second part of mock test number 12. Okay, so 25 questions we've already done, and that was part 1 of mock test number 12. The remaining questions we'll be doing here. Okay, so in this particular section we have one small section of grammar, and then we'll be discussing more on writing section. Yeah, because writing section के लिए you all were saying कि हाँ एक separate video, but we have included that here only. ठीक है, दो important sections होते हैं जो हमारे writing section में आते हैं. Okay. So here is the first question, and here you are supposed to identify the error. Okay, so you are supposed to tell me that where is error in this particular sentence. The sentence is despite of the rain, despite of the heavy rain, the match continued as planned. Okay, now is it despite of the heavy rain continued as planned, or there is no error? Okay, so one thing that you are supposed to note down is that whenever we use despite, okay, whenever we use despite, so with despite we are not supposed to use of. Okay, with despite we are not supposed to use of. So with this we can simply infer that it is despite of that has error. Okay, despite of में हमारा error है. Now what is that thing that we can use in place of despite? It is in spite of. In spite of, ठीक है, in spite of जो है वो replace कर सकता है despite को, and you are supposed to note this down because it is very very important that with in spite we are supposed to use of. ठीक है, now in case you write this sentence in spite the heavy rain, okay, the match continued as planned. So here also this sentence is going to be grammatically incorrect. Okay, I said this sentence is going to be grammatically incorrect. Why? Because we've already noted that with in spite we are supposed to use of, and it is necessary to use of. So that means if we use in spite without of, that is going to be a grammatical error. Okay, so here of is very very important. Okay, okay, moving on to the next question. By which of the following sentence uses correct tense structure? Okay, sorry, which of the following sentences this correct tense structure? Okay, so all the basic rules of tenses, we've done multiple quizzes based on tense to clarify what tenses actually are. This is a question based on that topic only. Yes, so what is the correct structure followed by? In which sentence the correct structure is followed? So by the time you arrived, we will have been waiting for 2 hours. So this sentence, it is in future. है ना? Okay, let us read the second one, and this is in simple past. Okay, next, by the time you arrive we will have been waiting for 2 hours. Again this is also future perfect continuous. So because it is same, so I'm just writing do. Okay, future perfect continuous. By the time you arrive, this is simple this one is simple present, right? This is simple present. Next one, by the time you had arrived, this is past perfect. Okay, and this is again simple present, and here we had been waiting. This past perfect, same as above. Okay. Good evening, Pushkar. Jai Hind Apur. Okay. Jai Hind Ritvik. Okay. So second ka some people say it's, so the correct answer is option B, and that is answered by Triyaksha Pathak. Okay. Correct answer is option B, beta, and answered by Yaksha. Okay. Now why option B is correct? Whenever we have future perfect continuous, or whenever we have future tense, and the subordinate tense that we can use with it is going to be simple present always. Okay. Note it down. With simple present, present, we will always use, or sorry, with future perfect we will always use simple present. Okay. Okay. The rest are incorrectly used. Now choose the most appropriate sentence that corrects the following. No sooner he had received the letter when he left for the airport. So what is the correct one? Is it no sooner did he receive the letter then he left for the airport, or no sooner had he received the letter then he left for the airport, no sooner had he received the letter when he left for the airport, or no sooner did he receive the letter when he left for the airport? What is the correct answer? Option A, option B, and option C and D. Good evening, Ananya. Jai Hind, bache. Okay, so third wale ka. Okay, first answer it is, someone says it's C. Okay. No sooner had he received the letter when he left for the airport. Okay. No sooner had he received the letter then he left for the airport. What is the correlative that we use with no sooner? Okay, some say it's B, some say it's C, no sooner. No sooner के साथ we use then. Okay. So yes. So beta, here the correct answer is no sooner had he received the letter then he left for the airport. Okay? Then he left for the airport. Okay? One thing that you are supposed to note down is that with no sooner, the correlative that we use is going to be than, and it uses inversion. Okay? It uses inversion. That means this had should be here next to. Okay? So no sooner had he received the letter than he left for the airport. Okay. Here we go for the fourth question. Choose the correct sentence structure that properly conveys the meaning of the following sentence. Because the team worked hard in the last week, but they failed to meet the deadline. So, first sentence is the team worked hard in the last week. Nevertheless, they failed to meet the deadline. Okay, because the team worked hard in the last week, they failed to meet the deadline. The team worked hard in the last week, therefore they failed to meet the deadline. Or the team worked hard in the last week, although they failed to meet the deadline. Let me see पहले कि थर्ड वाले में कितनों ने करेक्ट आंसर किया है. Okay. Yes. Is it option A, option B, or option C? One answer says it's option D. Okay. Here the answer was option D. And in third one, it was answered by Apurva and Triyaksha. Okay, so Apurva was the first one. Okay. Okay. So the team worked hard in the last week. Nevertheless, they failed to meet the deadline. Now, why option A? Because what's the sense that they are conveying, they want to convey with this particular sentence, for the sentence given in the question? It's the reason, because the team worked hard in the last week. Yeah, it was because of their hard work, and but they failed to meet the deadline. Means despite working hard. Okay. See, the sentence says that because the team worked hard in the last week, but they failed to meet the deadline. So, this sentence actually is not able to convey the meaning properly. Okay? So, we are supposed to use conjunction in such a way that they convey the meaning, the exact meaning that they wish to tell us. Okay? So, okay, the team worked hard. Now, here we can see it is the team worked hard in the last week and they failed to meet the deadline. Okay, means there are two contrasting situations. Okay, despite working hard, they failed. Now see, because the team worked hard in the last week, they failed to meet. This is wrong. Why? Because is used to support the sentence that acts as a reason. ठीक है, किस कारण ये चीज हुआ है, एंड यहाँ पे contrast है, so that is why because cannot be used. Therefore is also somewhere used to tell us the result, है ना, कि क्या चीज हुई है जिसके कारण ये हुआ है. ठीक है, what was the action which resulted in whatever the outcome was. ठीक है, the team worked hard in the last week although they failed to meet the deadline. ठीक है, now although जो होता है हमारा, although किसके साथ, अगर यहाँ पे ये although यहाँ के बजाय हमारा यहाँ रहता है, although the team worked hard in the last week they failed to meet the deadline. ठीक है, so then it would have been correct. ठीक है, because although is used with the statement that provides us the contrast. ठीक है, और यहाँ पे this is the result, तो ये हमारी situation के साथ use होना चाहिए था. ठीक है, so that is why that is incorrect, and therefore the first one is correct. The team worked hard in the last week, nevertheless they failed to meet the deadline. ठीक है, so option A is correct. Okay, Pannalal. Option A and Apurv again. Then it is Gaurav. Okay. Okay. Moving on. Which of the following sentences uses the correct form of parallelism? Okay, so parallelism, it is a figures of speech. Okay, it is a figure of speech, or we can also say it is a literary device. Okay, it is a of speech. A figure of speech or a literary device. Okay, means those things, those devices, or we can say things that are used by poets. ठीक है, या किसी भी लिटरेचर में यूज किया जाता है टू एनहांस द पर्टिकुलर कंटेंट. और लिटरेरी डिवाइसेस बोलते हैं तो जनरली दीज थिंग्स आर यूज्ड इन पोइट्री. ठीक है, अनसीन पैसेज में भी हमारा जो होता है, अनसीन पोएम में जो होता है, 1 मार्क क्वेश्चन आता है हमेशा हमेशा RIMC के एग्जाम में. ठीक है, तो पैरेललिज्म में क्या होगा बेटा, द स्ट्रक्चर, देयर इज वन पर्टिकुलर स्ट्रक्चर दैट इज रिपीटेड अगेन एंड अगेन, अगेन एंड अगेन. ठीक है, अब वो कैसे होगा. ठीक है, फर्स्टली okay, now see, she enjoys reading books to play a sport and cooking meals. So I said that a structure is repeated again and again. Here it is ing form, then to play sports and cooking. So the structure 2 times repeated, but here there is one phrase that is creating difference. Okay, one clause is here that is creating difference. Okay, so we eliminated it. Reading books, playing sports and to cook meals. So two same, but third one is different. Let us keep it aside. ठीक है, क्या पता हमारा कुछ और आ जाए. Reading books, playing sports and cooking meals. So here, because we have already got our answer, ing form, ing form, ing. Same structure is being repeated again and again, again and again. So that is why option C is correct answer. ठीक है, ऑप्शन सी जो है हमारा करेक्ट आंसर हो जाएगा. एंड so for the fifth one, Triyaksha, Ritvik, Gaurav, and Apurv. Good. ठीक है, you all have answered it correctly. Ananya, correct. ठीक है, so Triyaksha. Triyaksha has answered this question correctly. ठीक है, so हमारे जो grammar based MCQs थे, ठीक है, we've completed these grammar based MCQ and now because it was a mock test 12 और यहाँ पे 30 marks का हमारा grammar portion था and 20 marks का जो था writing section था. What was in writing section? Firstly, there was a paragraph. Write a paragraph in 100 words on when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. Okay. So firstly, whenever you are supposed to write any kind of paragraph, specifically when it comes to your exam, so there we usually get paragraphs based on certain proverbs, certain sayings. Okay. So one thing is very important, that you are supposed to know the meaning of that proverb or the meaning of that saying, then only you will be able to answer this. Okay, so we'll discuss that how we are supposed to structure our paragraph. Then second, again, the other paragraph was good things come to those who wait. Okay, and then 33rd, it was write a story in about 120 words on the given picture and also give a suitable title to it. Okay, so story writing ki there is a separate video, डिटेल में बताया गया है कि किस तरीके से यू आर write a story, and that is based on that you will be finding that video in our YouTube playlist only, and that was for June 2024 session. ये जून 2024 का जो RIMC का अटेम्प्ट था उसके लिए था. Now, here firstly we'll discuss that how we are supposed to structure this paragraph. Before that, yes, tell me what is meaning of this proverb. What is meaning of this proverb? When the going gets tough, the tough gets going. What is its meaning? Yes, in the comment section. Okay. And then you are also supposed to answer what is the meaning of this second one. Okay, second proverb. Good things come to those who wait. Okay, tell me meaning of the both proverbs. Okay, so Apurv has answered, when the situation becomes difficult, the strong will work harder to meet the challenge. Okay, so when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. Okay, it simply means that no matter no matter how difficult the situation is, the one who is strong will not quit. Okay, the one who's tough here means strong. Now strong means, doesn't mean the physical power, it means the one who is mentally strong, the one who is strong willed. Okay, one who is determined, resilient. Okay, such person, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. Such person will not quit and will keep on moving ahead until and unless he or she accomplishes his or her task. Okay, so what does it mean? Unless, so no matter how difficult the situation gets, the strong ones. Strong means strong, here means resilient. one will not quit and keep on moving. Okay, on moving unless goal is. Okay, yes, that is the meaning. And what do we mean by second one? 30 second. Okay, Divyanshu. Okay, Saurabh. Okay. We should always have patience to achieve success. People who wait patiently are typically rewarded and often achieve their desire and goals. Yes. So, okay, it simply means will who wait or have patience often get taste success or receive good result outcome. Okay. So it simply means sabr ka phal meetha hota hai. That is exactly what by this phrase in Hindi. Okay. Now, when it comes to structure of your paragraph, beta, in such situation, in such paragraphs, how you're supposed to structure your content. One thing that you're supposed to note down is that there is not going to be any division of paragraph, because this is paragraph writing in itself. That means you're supposed to write your entire content in one single paragraph. Okay. So, one important point is one single paragraph only. Okay, one single paragraph only. Now, what is it that you can write here? The very first thing is going to be meaning. Okay, firstly, it is going to be meaning of the proverb given. Okay, meaning of the proverb given. Okay, after that you will be writing any example. Okay, any example. Now that example can be based on real life incident, or even that example you can imagine and write that. Okay, but that should be related to the proverb given. Okay, that particular situation that you will be giving as an example should be related to the proverb given. So firstly, meaning of the given proverb, then it is example. Okay, example of the proverb. Okay, example related to the proverb. Now for example, what kind of example you would like to give here? जैसे यहाँ पे दे रखा था, ठीक है, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. So here you can present any similar situation that you would have faced or you would have heard about. ठीक है, जैसे कुछ stories होती हैं. ठीक है, जैसे for example हम APJ अब्दुल कलाम का ही लेते थे, because he faced a lot of difficulties when he was young, when he was struggling, ठीक है, before becoming a scientist. So he would have decided to quit, and he would have decided to not go ahead and not move on and just regret and just be in sorrow because of all the failures and all the situations that he had faced. But instead of that, he always looked at the positive side of the things, and he always decided to move on and keep going on and on. And finally, he was the one who became Supreme Commander of our Indian Armed Forces. Okay, means he became the president. So ultimately, that is the exact result. Okay, when the going gets tough, no matter how difficult the situation is, the one who is strong is going to keep moving on. ठीक है, now that is a very big, you can take in general very simple example. ठीक है, जैसे whenever you try to climb any mountain, ठीक है, whenever you try to climb any mountain, so initially the climb is easy, but as soon as you move ahead, because the slope gets steep and steeper, ठीक है, the slope gets steep and steeper, so again what will happen? what will happen there? There will be some people who will decide that yes, let us not move ahead and let us quit there only and go back and retreat. But the ones who will be having resilience, the one who will be strong willed, that nahi yaar, yes, whatever that is the goal that we are supposed to reach and we will be going there. Okay, those ones will be the one who will keep on going on and will finally be able to reach their destiny, will finally be able to reach their goal. Okay, so this is the example. These are the kind of example that you can give in your paragraph. Okay, so you will provide an example related to the proverb. After that you can simply mention what are the learnings, what are the learnings. Okay, or in case learnings, always keep this thing in mind that your proverb, your paragraph should end in a positive note. Okay, that means in case you wish to mention something negative, means the negative impact of in case we do opposite of what is being said in the proverb, so mention that before you are concluding your paragraph. Okay, that means if in case negative impact of not following the learning. Okay, that you will mention in case. Now, not in general, always you are supposed to mention, but in case you are supposed to mention, this is exactly what you can mention. And then, lastly, mention the learning. What is it exactly that you've learned from? Okay, what is exactly that you've learned from it? Or what is it that it wishes to? What is exactly that it wishes to prevent? Okay, and you can simply, okay, so this is exactly how you are supposed to write a paragraph. Okay, meaning example related to the proverb, negative impact of the following of not following the learning and learnings, and what is exactly that it wishes to prevent, and then conclusion. Okay. Okay, Shanvi. Simultaneously means beta together. Okay, means for example I am teaching you here, okay, and then I am simultaneously writing something on the board. It means two actions being done together. Okay, that is at the same time. ठीक है, simultaneously का मतलब होता है simultaneously का मतलब होता है बेटा at the same time. ठीक है, so I hope आप सबको clear हो गया होगा what is exactly and how you are supposed to write a paragraph. And okay, ठीक है, so that is exactly what you are supposed to keep things in your mind. Okay, keep all these things in your mind. And now that was it for everyone. Okay, in case you wish to know any kind of information regarding Defense Officers Academy, regarding your exams, you can simply contact us at these given numbers. We also have a Telegram channel, that is at the rate @DOADDN, in which we provide some study material along with some latest notification and updates. So you can join that Telegram channel as well. And for all the remaining updates, you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook as well.